too long. That's what that opening theme by the great Brian Tyler. Thank you, Brian Tyler, for that extraordinary opening theme. A lot of people don't know he played every instrument in that opening theme. That is a fact that I've rarely shared on this show. We'll be celebrating 8 years in March. You're welcome. We're coming to you today from the auspices and offices, if not studio, of Earwolf. If you're not familiar with Earwolf, I'm going to give you a minute. Welcome back. So now that you're more familiar with Earwolf, I do want to say that we have very much appreciated their support over the years as our audio podcast home. We normally stream live video via the YouTube almost every Sunday, and from the West Side Comedy Theater, which if you're ever in the West Side of Los Angeles, do yourself a solid, stop by. 7 nights a week shows, mostly great. A few real stiffs, but mostly just a phenomenal array, if you will, of sketch comedy, improv comedy, a little bit of stand-up, and then back to the improv comedy. I have two very special guests today who I have plucked from the West Side Comedy Theater. First, I did so in the motion picture I directed entitled The Late Bloomer. That's I'm contracted legally to say it that way. Forgive me. So one of them was kind enough to fly to Bulgaria. I can't wait to discuss, as today, one of the things we talk about today is her experience and memories of Bulgaria. So Sam Levine and Jamie Foxx not here for these very special audio-only versions of the chat show, which today is the maiden voyage. Let us know how you feel about this ridiculousness by writing to us. I wish I could remember. It might be kpchatshow@gmail.com. It might be Kevin Pollock's chatshow@gmail.com. No, fan mail at kpchatshow. This is why I normally have a crew with me. So I'm going to blame Jason McIntyre for not being able to cue me, or even Jamie or Sam, the aforementioned. I'm going to sneeze, and then we'll continue the show. Okay, so I want to thank again Earwolf and West Side Comedy Theater for their support, and also welcome people from around the world and other planets who may be tuning in at this moment. That's the first time I've said that, and I'm going to be honest, didn't feel good. How do I begin to introduce my guests? Well, ladies and Jews, Vanessa Ragland and Joey Greer. Welcome. Hello. Yeah.
It's a real pleasure to be here.
It must be. So let's start with the surprise, Vanessa, you had moments ago in, I believe, the elevator.
A true shock.
Yeah.
Still sweating.
Yeah, I can't stop.
When it became clear to you that you were not going to be in audience.
Well, I asked who the guest was, and Kevin just looked at me in the elevator.
You said it was you?
He said, "You're kidding, right?" And I was like,
well, first I said I have a surprise for you. Because I realized I hadn't told you that Dr. Greer was going to be here.
And you said that Joey was going to be here.
I have a surprise for you.
I'd imagine there would be hundreds of us for whatever this event was. But it turns out it was the two of us as guests on your show.
She tried to leave.
Yeah.
I have a really low self-esteem, so I bet your email and our texts were pretty clear, but I'm like, certainly not.
Right, so you've clearly seen the show before.
Yes.
Or heard it. And there's been a few so-called name guests.
Yes. Mostly.
Such that you thought, well, I can't wait to find out which name guest.
Maybe it'll be Bryan Cranston again.
He just rebooked for May.
Oh, good.
So
I'll be there for that.
So we'll see you at the West Side Comedy Theater for that. And Dr. Greer, it was clear to you?
It wasn't. But I was also like, all right, this might be like this might be something. I'm not gonna. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to lose.
You weren't sure either?
Well, he said, "Hey,
This
I
is
want
the
you to
first
have
time
over."
this is coming
He said,
up.
I want you to come over. We're gonna have some people over. We're gonna talk." And I was like, all right, I might be doing some fluff jobs or something. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like he
Might
bring
be a
this guy-
summit.
Yeah.
Felt like a comedy summit.
Exactly.
Oh, I love some.
Am I getting water? What am I doing here?
Yeah. Not too dissimilar, by the way.
No, because I did have to get water. You guys
Yeah.
forced me to get water.
And
So that's-
I got some on my own volition.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to be here.
This is a beaut. No one can see this here, but this is gorgeous. I mean, it's a gold room. Very
You're talking
We
about
see
the
the
studio.
mountains.
Yeah.
We see the ocean.
It's really 360.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're about 18 stories up.
Oh,
It's
God,
gorgeous.
it's gorgeous.
And engineer Cody, who's very
Hi, Cody.
well known to the Earwolf listening universe, was kind enough to help us and supervise and produce the show. So I want to give thanks to him.
Give thanks to Cody.
Yeah.
He's shirtless right now.
Let's all give thanks to, of all the near 300 guests that we've had or shows that we've done over the last almost 8 years, only one of which started the live streaming video show with his shirt off. I'm going to give you 4 options.
Oh, I saw it.
Oh, no. All right, so
Yeah.
this will be for Joey.
Oh, shit. Okay.
There'll be 4 options.
It was a
multiple choice.
Guy, girl.
I'm going to give you 4 men and women.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
You're going to actually give me the choices.
I'm going to give you the choices.
okay, cool.
And then you have one guess.
Joey's pretty smart, but he doesn't test well.
That's what the report
Okay, just stay out of this, okay? Just stay out of this.
Yeah. If you win,
He's
if you
clever.
correct, if you
It's
Well, you
just a
take your
different kind of clever. He's good at moving furniture and
This is a voicemail from my mom.
talking to neighbors. He loves to eat nice foods.
I do. I
But-
love that.
But tests are not good for him.
pressure.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I
the
can't handle-
pressure.
I
And
can't
also
handle.
the intelligence required to do them
I would
properly.
say, given his ability to improvise on stage, it's more the intelligence than
yeah.
it is the pressure.
Yes,
I'm
I
not
would
sure this
agree.
boy knows what pressure
Yeah, let's
is.
just get to the fucking test. Let's just get to the, let's just
Here we
get to
go.
the
That's the way you talk when
questions.
your mom's around.
Yes.
All right,
okay, it was a
cool.
It
voicemail.
is, he
She wasn't
hits.
here.
When your mom is on the voicemail, that's the way you talk. All right, so your choices are:
Now, if I get this right, you're going to take your shirt off. Is that what you agreed to?
you can either
Okay.
have a $20 cash prize, or not have to take your shirt off.
Oh, shit. So wait.
Or I'll
what?
put both of my thumbs in your belly button and take a funny photo.
All right, I have a really big belly button,
I know.
and I'm an innie, so it'll work.
As an innie. So it's like a pool
Oh, totally.
when you're bathing.
Oh, you know those like I think in Germany they have that like the deepest diving pool you can go down.
Sure, let's say
like
yes.
Indoor, that's what it's like.
Is it like, do you remember that movie with the horses? Wild
Where they
Hearts
dove?
Can't Be Broken. Mm-hmm.
They dove into
They
a...
dove into a pool.
What movie is this? With
Wild Hearts Can't Be Broken.
that's the name of the film.
It is the name of the film.
Black Widow. What's the name? Black Beauty. That's what I think. The Irish.
Yeah.
Another
There-
horse.
I will say what needs to happen clearly is a movie wherein a Black Widow spider.
Heck, weirder. Hey, Grandpa, how are you?
You know the Black Widows. I'll tell you one thing about they are dangerous.
No, Witter woman
They are
who's following me.
dangerous.
It's not piano, it's piano. Play the piano. So that Black Widow is going to dive off that board over there into a Dixie cup.
It's like
Gonna be something.
Super zoom in. We got to hyper zoom in on the Black Widow. It is
Are we
petite.
even sure it's a Black Widow?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just look. We got a little kid pushing it off. It's fine. All right.
It's more of a flick than it is a push, I noticed. So, okay, if you get this correctly, your prizes of choice, again, are either the reception of $20.
Thought you were gonna say respect, which I was.
You're never going to get
Yeah,
that,
I know.
honey.
I'm not gonna have
No,
that.
I was going to say receiving, but sure. You can receive a $20 cash prize or not have to take your shirt off. Those
Okay.
are your 2 options.
Okay.
So the choices are
All right.
A, ready?
Yes.
Lorraine Newman.
Okay.
Don't answer till we have all of them down.
All right.
Lorraine Newman.
You said that twice.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Let
But
that
it's
be
still
a
one
tell.
option.
That could be a tell. Number 2,
Cody, could you just keep it down? Thank
Yep.
you. Okay.
Henry Winkler,
All right.
known to many, of course, as the Fonz.
Not familiar.
He was there as a
He can hit things and things happen.
What?
That was the
like he's
whole
an abuser.
character.
He's no.
Sometimes.
or C, Fred Willard, a lovely and funny man indeed. Or D, ready?
Yes.
Paul Scheer,
Oh.
funny improviser.
Yeah.
If not one of the best in the biz. So again, Lorraine Newman, Henry Winkler, Fred Willard, Paul Scheer.
2 women, 2 men.
Well, sure.
Okay.
Let's see.
You'll think
This
about
is
it.
where he
I'll talk
always-
When do I have to answer?
I'm going to
Or
talk
you're
to
just gonna
Vanessa
crash
for.
and burn.
I'm going to talk to Vanessa for just a couple minutes.
Can I
to give you
just
some
walk
time.
outside or something?
I prefer you to stay here,
Okay.
so we can keep an eye on you.
Yeah.
Vanessa,
Yes, sir.
I understand you've just returned from the place of my birth, otherwise known as San Francisco,
The wharf.
California. The Wharf. Did you visit the Wharf?
You were born on the wharf, were you not?
Children's Hospital, but it felt like the Wharf.
Oh, it
Yeah.
always does. I was in San Francisco.
Uh-huh.
What a thrill.
And
All kinds of people everywhere, walking, moving in cars.
your least favorite
Yes.
of the people there would be, of course, if we were to pick a group.
Does Cole count? Or Cole Stratton, founder of the SF Sketchfest?
One of the 3 founders of the festival, I believe on everyone's top 10 list of least favorite.
In San Francisco.
In the city.
In LA, he's fine.
Sure,
but
sure.
That
Super
city's
good.
so beautiful.
It is.
You have to, dig a little deeper.
That's right. Did you, you must have performed.
I did one final Pop My Culture podcast.
That's right.
We had our last episode.
And how long had that run?
That had run almost 6 years.
Right.
Just coming up on 6 years next month, I think. And we had Sam Levine, the dear friend who had been our first guest as well.
Whoa.
So it was a nice full circle. We had Rhett Miller of the old 97s.
Sure.
And we had Paul F. Tompkins. And it was
What a joy.
awesome. It was about 2 hours and it was so perfect. It was
Do
great.
you, in fact, know, and did this come up, what the F in Paul F. Tompkins
I do not.
represents?
Do you?
I do.
Will you share?
I will. Now let's go over to Joey for his answer.
Jesus Christ.
This is the way we do the show.
I'm kind of torn.
Shall I go over them again?
Yeah.
Okay. Lorraine Newman, Henry Winkler, Fred Willard, Paul Scheer.
All these people I feel are just dirty people.
I forgot to mention, if you guess incorrectly, it's $1,000.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, did I get?
Nope.
But I have to pay a grand.
A
Topless.
check is fine.
What the fuck? I'm not paying. Can I
Don't get
curse?
mad.
I've been cursing a
no.
lot.
You're a guest here.
Well, it's legal.
I shouldn't have to pay $1,000.
Because of his shortcomings as an academic, he has
Are you
these
saying you'd rather not
rages.
play?
No, I'm playing.
Now
I'm just
that
saying,
you know
like,
the rules?
The rules. I did not know the rules. First off, the rules were just thrown at me at random times. I'm gonna go with Fred Willard.
Correct.
Oh yes, baby.
That's impressive. And it wasn't until I put the $1,000 on it I feel that he really honed it in.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Again, proving the
You
point
have
that
to
under pressure is
Yes,
where he belongs.
that's
Oh, yeah.
where he-
Yeah. Testing for
down.
brain smart. Not a
not
good.
good.
Who needs
Not
it?
good.
Not a good idea.
I don't care.
In fact, let's go to that question.
right.
How well did you do in school? My theory is most unusually, if not unfairly funny people did not do well in school.
Well, you're
Would you like
right.
to break that rule?
Yeah, I got in high school. Got straight A's.
When you say straight A's, is it the same thing that Vanessa and I are now thinking straight A's means?
Yeah, like A's as in just the sex, just straight sex the entire time, getting it in as often and as many places as I could.
Throwing it in? if
Yeah,
you may?
throwing it in, totally, yeah.
If you're okay with
No,
that.
I got good grades because my pops told me, he goes, if you're like you get A's.
Were you in honors classes?
Let me finish. Don't interrupt. Okay.
Oh my God.
I was not in honors class,
Okay, that's why.
but because I wasn't in advanced placement.
Because you weren't smart.
But let me finish though.
Okay.
All right. It wasn't that I wasn't smart. It was that I wasn't smart. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, I do.
Got it.
Yeah.
So he's told me, he goes, look, if you get straight A's and you get in trouble, they can't really say anything
Because you got straight
because
A's.
What?
I'm getting my
What?
work done.
So
is
that
your
was
father doing?
that was-
What
telling-
is he? A career criminal?
Yeah, he's pretty much being like, look, if
White
you
collar
play the
prison.
game-
for
pretty
sure.
much like, you know the rules.
If you plan on being a B&E expert, that's
Hello.
breaking and entering
Yeah.
for those of you uninformed out there.
Butts and elephants.
Then if you want to specialize in butts and elephants, you had better get straight A's.
You have to.
Should it come up
Well,
later.
I'm like,
And then
look-
what happened in college?
Oh, it dropped off hard.
Really?
Hard. Yeah.
Because of parties.
No, not at all. Just a sad guy.
Oh,
hanging
were
out in
you
the
sad?
dorm. Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine such a thing?
Sad guy.
Maybe you've seen Sad Joey. I've not seen Sad
I've
Jerry.
not seen him, but
I've
I know
only
he's
seen
in there.
Buoyant.
Because anybody buoyant has a rock tied to their soul that
Sure.
they're trying to
Yeah,
escape
yeah.
at all times.
Well,
Late
without
Night
doubt.
Eater, for example.
All day eater, man. All day. They did this horrible thing where you could put money into this
Machine.
Yeah,
In your
ATM.
card?
Yeah, it's like a college
dining card. I had
And
the
so
same.
I would just, whenever I got cash, put in there, and then just get Domino's.
I would get. I thought
Domino's.
that Ben and Jerry's, what is it? A quart?
Sure.
I
Pint.
really thought that. Oh, pint.
bucket?
Yeah, I thought that was the
Gallon?
normal amount to eat.
A single serving.
Yeah,
By the
I
way-
thought that everyone did that. I really because
They
I
do.
didn't.
I do that.
Okay, there's
No one else is admitting it as an adult because I was like, oh, I used to love eating those,
I used to eat straight frosting on cakes.
Ooh.
I get like the thing.
but no cake.
No cake. Because I'm not trying to get fat.
you would get a can
Right.
of frosting.
Yeah.
Okay.
A tin.
Then that forces me to admit my better half, Jamie, bakes a lot. And a few times early on, when there was extra frosting, I said, "You're not throwing that out."
You need to have it.
And then I would take a spoon to it. And I don't know about you, but 3 spoons in, I thought I was going to die.
Oh, yeah. The blood
It's a
sugar.
great
just-
idea.
It's intense.
It's tremendous
It's
on
an
paper.
intense
Oh, yeah.
rush,
Well, it's the crash that hurts. You know, it's just
Yeah.
like any drug.
But you would
Sure.
set out to buy just the can of frosting.
I would do that. I'd go out there wearing sweats. Probably
When you say go out there,
Yeah, it sounds
outside, it's
Scary.
there is anywhere that wasn't the room, my room. So it was just like I have to go there, and so it's just this drudging through everyone, going, "Hey, how are you? You want to join my club?" And all this other, college stuff.
Yeah.
And stiff arm them, do whatever I could to get by, just to get that sweet, sweet frosting.
was this a dorm you were living?
It was a dorm. I had a roommate. Hated me. Oh, love it. The guy was great. Dane Ekba. He's out there somewhere.
Well,
Some
that story
great-
took a
well,
flip flop.
he-
Hated me, loved
Well,
me.
he hated me because I had like 3 movies that I would play constantly, and I'd play the same song over and over, just as like a mantra thing, just like a rhythm to.
Was it to get you out of this funk you were apparently
That
in?
was part of the funk.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So
that was a gateway.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. And the song, of course, was.
it was it was Hoopastank. It was just the entire anthology of Hoopastank. I would just replay that from track 1
you
to
got
track
Cody
2.
on that one. I believe Cody.
Well, he knows Hoopastank. He knows what's up. We were talking about it before. Before this went down.
Yeah.
Because of your
Hoopastank-
tattoos, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a great
Now,
bridge.
if Vanessa and I can guess either of the 3 movies that were in heavy rotation,
Then
what
I'll-
do we win?
Well, first off, if you guys get the 3 films, you
no,
have
just
to-
one of them.
No, okay.
Wait,
fine.
can we get any genre hints?
Yeah, they're all comedy. They're all comedy.
That's you, man.
That's me.
so you.
That's the bread
Wow,
and butter.
that narrows it down.
Yeah,
too.
so they're all comedies, and I want to say it was they're American comedies. There's a lot of talking, a lot of dialogue. There's always like a fun moment where
Are
like
they?
one of the,
Are you ashamed of them? Are you like, I don't mind.
Guilty
mentioning
pleasure?
that. Yeah.
you know what? I'm never ashamed of the films or the music I like because you know what, like
See,
me or not,
Hoobastank.
it's helped influence who I am today.
Oh, awesome.
You know,
Really
so-
awesome answer from
so-
the worst guy in the world. Love me or hate me really makes me who I am.
Yeah.
You know, I just feel like it's we all make choices. We all do things.
Was
in our
one
life.
of them Norm Macdonald's dirty work?
No, it was not.
Darn it. That was mine freshman
Was it
year.
really?
And I also thought everyone had a crush on Norm Macdonald.
What?
I brought it up to the cute girls in the dorm. They were all talking about their celebrity crushes, and I was like, Norm Macdonald.
and you always said it like that.
Yeah.
Maybe that was part of the reason they couldn't agree with you.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That was my best guess for you. Oh, what about American Pie? You
No.
look like that kind of guy.
That's disrespectful.
Young Frankenstein.
No, I wish it was.
That's
that.
too classy.
Yeah, that was way too. It's black and white.
What about
Movies were black and white?
No,
No,
that one
that-
was.
Oh.
Oh, you got really excited. You were like, "What is this? What is this well?"
Groundhog Day.
No,
Man.
I'll say this: they were current.
What about She's All That?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
What, at what point do you guys lose? You guys are guessing that none of them are right.
All right, you guess.
Okay,
Shallow Hal.
The Pick of Destiny by Tenacious D.
Oh, okay.
I watched
This
that
is lining up.
on
Yeah, that checks out.
Loop. on
That's very clear.
Love them.
If you had to guess another one, it would be.
If I had to guess another, old school.
Checks out again.
Old school.
Joey, you are what meets the eye.
Thank you so much.
Let's see if there's any surprise. What's number 3 if you had to guess?
The Godfather.
Really?
That's not a comedy.
It's hilarious.
What's one of your favorite funny moments in The Godfather?
Let's see. The wedding. That's so funny.
Wait, the whole wedding?
The whole wedding. It's
You just can't get it together during that
It's just
wedding.
a silly wedding. Everyone's so silly. Italians are funny.
Well,
And just the whole idea of ceremony is funny.
Yeah, like the fact that someone would give their whole life to
Right,
this thing,
yeah,
like
I
an
know.
idea. I was like, what are you doing?
Okay.
setting it in Lake Tahoe was ridiculously
It's
funny.
so
Yeah.
strange.
Yeah.
Tradition.
So strange.
That kind of stuff is very surreal.
I was raised Catholic. Didn't like it. Left as soon as I could,
Not
which
sure
wasn't.
Where this is going. But
Where did
okay.
you go?
Where did I go?
When you left it?
Right into the bosom of a man. That's where I
Okay.
left. I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
went
yeah.
straight there.
Deep.
Into the bosom. Cried.
Yeah.
Are you
Was
back
that-
to Catholic?
Oh, yeah. It was a priest. I'm sorry, I didn't say that. The
yeah.
guy that I was crying into was a priest.
It's weird that you left and found yourself in the bosom of a priest. And that doesn't even seem like leaving at all.
But he was on the way
out
out too. They met each other at the door. Where are you going? I don't know. Where are you going?
You need a ride? Sure.
Yeah, well, I guess so. Let's do this together.
We had a road
I
trip.
just realized I should have given you both an assignment. I did not. I did not
give it to
realize.
us right now. Give it to us right now.
Well, the assignment would have been.
I was a great student. No one asked,
Oh,
but I was.
when you say grade student, you've got to be straight A's.
Straight A's. Never dropped. Ever.
I did drop, but I was
look at
in
this.
good classes, and I was in college. I
tough
was
classes.
also a very good student. I'm in the National Honor Society.
Still?
I love homework.
First of all,
I get their mail.
Still.
when you say their mail, you mean
Someone else's?
The National Honor Society's mail.
so somehow
I got their
You
address switched
steal-
with mine,
Right.
so I get everybody that writes in that wants to apply. I feel like I'm having contact with some of the brightest people of the next generation.
Yeah.
They
'Cause
think
it's-
they're having contact with the National Honor Society.
it seemed like that was an achievement the way you said it. I get
Yeah.
their mail.
Well,
and
it
now
is.
we find out.
You're just working for them.
It's a federal offense, so
stealing.
I think that's an achievement.
Sure.
As long as I have good grades,
They can't
it
touch you.
shall
They can't
never
touch you.
matter.
Well, she has straight A's, sir.
What were some of the tough classes you were taking at
and
university?
Anything with the numbers was a problem for my
Yep.
brain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, big time, big
I
time.
thought it was a good idea to take an 8 a.m. math course
Kui.
and knock it out of the park. Just do it.
How many did you think you attended out of, let's say, 100?
100? 5.
Sure.
5. I woke up late for the final. I had to sprint over there. I was running I ran fast, and it was about a 10-minute run through it was just cold day, and I don't know if you've ever ran in cold
No.
weather, but the wind cuts your eyes and you just start crying just so your eyes stay hydrated, lubed up. I can't blink that much. And so
No,
I
of
get to
course
the
not.
class, I'm crying. I'm crying in this class. Everyone's staring at me like, what is wrong with this guy? Dude,
Such an emotional kid.
Surely,
You
I'm-
got
every
Domino's
morning.
pizza strapped to your back.
he's got smells like pizza. I got stains all over
He's
me.
very emotional. about math.
Hoobastank is blaring from the Discman.
I keep on trying to put in the old school VHS. It's not working. And I got a D.
You got a D.
I passed though.
Is a D passing?
Yep. I got A's in high school. Okay, I didn't say that in college. All right, it really hurt my GPA through the rest of it, and then I realized it doesn't matter. if
Nothing
any kid is
matters.
listening to this, just drop out of school.
Which part doesn't
Yeah.
matter?
The GPA in college, unless you're going for your
While you're there.
Yeah.
I see.
You know?
I graduated, again,
Magna cum laude.
neither of you asked or inquired.
Well, listen, I felt the same way, so I handled it myself a moment ago, and everything turned out
You really
great.
took the rock on that.
I shall do the same.
Yeah.
But I still don't sense there's any curiosity. I graduated
I have to know,
from
Kevin.
university in 9 months.
Which
Whoa,
university?
what?
Yes.
Were you an
My-
esthetician?
My friends called it dropping out. But
Oh,
That makes a lot of sense.
there we
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
to me, I graduated.
Totally.
Because I said,
You got what you need.
I have finished.
I'm done.
Here.
Yep.
It
got-
felt like high school with ashtrays.
Have they asked you to come speak?
No.
What school was this?
San Jose State University.
Oh, yeah. The
Yeah.
Lions, right?
Close. Very, very close. The Lions. Do you know college football at all?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that just a total dart throw?
No. I'm a pretty big college head.
Huh.
I tour with the colleges. So
Hey, did you say tour?
with the colleges.
Yeah.
I go around.
Sure.
Now, Joey, you're headed to Sketchfest in San Francisco for the very first time this week.
Yeah.
Where are you staying?
I'm actually staying at my girlfriend's uncle and aunt's house.
Have you met them?
I have.
And they are.
Nice. I'm not gonna say anything like, you know what I mean? I'm staying at their house. You know what I mean? They're good peoples. They're good peoples. all
Well,
right?
this will actually drop after your trip.
Oh, then fuck them.
Yeah.
Let them burn.
Are they really uptight?
They're nice people.
Yeah. What is the story with those two?
Yeah,
do you really
everybody's
want me to get
been
in some dirt?
dying to know.
Yeah. When did you first meet him, and what was it like?
Oh, so I first
And you met the aunt and uncle. This
I
feels
did, I
like
did, I
a
did.
very serious relationship.
It's
really does.
you know, I met the whole family. I went to Colorado for a wedding, and I met the whole
Yours?
crew. No, hers. And I don't know if this is normal, but they at the wedding they made me strip nude.
So far,
and
so good.
dance
Sure.
in the center.
It's just like The Godfather.
Yeah, it pretty much was. And then the kids would come and put small wreaths around my neck.
Yeah.
And by your neck, you mean?
The shaft of my penis.
Yeah, I got that.
And it was just crazy. There was
Are
like
you going to marry her? What do you think?
Paul Scheer. Is that the answer? What was it?
How are you feeling about that? Like that's a maybe?
When you met her
you have to
family.
stay at the aunt's house first. You have to use
I have
the
to stay
goods.
at the aunt's house first. I can't
Yeah.
I can't
You
rule
can't
that because
decide
the
without
reality is I'm probably going to be staying there a lot if we're married.
That's absolutely true.
you know, so
I
don't-
think meeting the family of your better half is indeed a precipice, without
For sure.
question.
Oh, yes.
Vanessa, you must remember your experience. Was it not till the wedding?
They didn't like me at the time.
At the wedding?
At the wedding.
Did they specify why?
Well, they liked me by the wedding, but there was some talk of me strong-arming their son. And he had pitched me as an older woman. That's what he told his mom.
pitched
Yeah,
you?
he was like, I met this older woman, and don't even stop me. It's serious. I was only 5 months older than him, but I had lied to him and I forgot. I told him at the time I was 20 and I told him I was 34. And he believed me and I never cleared it up. And so
I
his
never
mom...
cleared it up.
I forgot it even happened. I
Is
just
that
said
your
it.
game plan though? To like when you hit on a guy, like you're like, I'm 34?
I said I was 34 and I was a wrestler, but I was joking, but I never did the thing where you laugh or say I was joking.
You walked away.
Yeah, and then...
And he gave you the benefit of the doubt because he was
he
smitten.
was excited by
Yes.
this older wrestler. And so that's what he told his mom I was, and she was upset about it. But then they met me, and it turned out one thing led to another. I'm not a wrestler. I'm the same age as your son, and everything worked out.
Sure.
I wouldn't trust you.
Of course not.
Hell no.
They don't,
I still don't.
but they enjoy my company.
When was the first time you met a number of the family?
Probably the wedding.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Joey's doing all this recon.
I think that's good.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm like
I'm full of regrets.
CIA status relationship. You know?
I made
Yeah.
several trips to Jamie's hometown of Pittsburgh.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, it was surprisingly beautiful. But it was very important to meet the people of her upbringing and gene pool as well as friends and
Mostly the gene pool.
The gene pool?
sure.
Let's get serious about what we're interested in. Genetics.
Yeah.
What makes a person?
Now we're
Other
finally
people.
getting to the theme.
Yes.
One leads to another, leads to
Today's show.
another.
Sure. There's a lot of recessive genes and stuff too. That You can't
Exactly.
really,
You
but
got to
don't
go
see
back
it.
a little. That's why you're meeting the aunts, you're meeting the uncles, you're going through scrapbooks, you're getting swabs, sending
What?
them off.
How do you get the swabs? You have to do that in their sleep or something?
You can steal their toothbrush. You can yank a hair out during a sex.
Us sex? Oh, wait, you're having sex with family members to get hair samples?
If you need to.
This is just an option.
Before you make a lifetime commitment.
Yeah.
Because
Sleep with
it
everyone in the
It's
family?
a lifetime commitment.
You didn't gather DNA? You haven't gathered DNA yet?
No. Well, I mean, they spat on me, so that was a moment I could have, but I didn't.
How about hers?
Her DNA? Yeah.
It's all over the place.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
I got
it's
mason
everywhere.
jars full of it, man.
Mason.
Oh yeah. You got to get a nice
Nice
seal.
and southern. Yep. Can it, shelf
Put it
it.
next to the sun. Let it heat up.
Sure.
All right. You wanted to get it caramelized. All right.
And you also want to get it back to body temp.
Of course you do. So what you do is you bring it with you in the shower. Hold it close.
Hold it close.
Yeah.
To the bosom we were speaking of.
Bosom.
Open it up. Pour it on yourself just a little bit. Okay. And if you break out in a rash, you're not compatible.
Did you read this in the back of a comic book? Where did this?
No, this is from my days in college. So-
These are some
your
things you came
salad
up with.
days of
This
college.
is from a notebook I wrote myself.
Has anyone noticed the temperature shift?
Boiling.
I have. I took my
Changing
shirt
up
off.
and down. For a while, we had cool air blowing on us for about 28 seconds.
I feel like I've only felt the warm furnace.
Yeah, well, the higher you get up, we're 18 floors up, it gets
That-
hotter.
that's
Heat
right.
rises.
Because we're also closer to the sun.
Exactly.
Well, it's time for the next segment of today's show, if you don't
Oh, the homework?
mind.
Can I get my $20?
Not yet. Is that your choice, by the way, between...
Keeping your shirt on? That means you have to take your shirt off.
Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fine.
Oh, no.
No. I think the 20 is fine. Yeah.
Well, I need a feat of intelligence.
This wasn't like solving anything. It was like, who do you think? Like shot in the dark. That's what.
We have a couple segments on the chat show normally, one of which is famous questions, where I go out to famous people who you've worked with or you know, and then they design questions specifically for you.
Oh, wow.
We have none of those today.
Of course not.
Right,
no.
fantastic.
Okay. What we do have, though, is this segment called What Was It Like to Be Directed by Me, Kevin, in a Motion Picture?
Okay.
Joey, we're going to start with you.
Great. Do I have to answer this?
Well,
Fine. For the sake of the thing.
Yeah.
For the sake
Just
of the
keep
thing.
it moving, man.
Yeah, seriously. Just power through this.
keep it
And then I
moving.
can pass out.
Yeah. We'll be done. Be back on the road. We'll
all I
be
want.
halfway to Tucson.
That's all I want. I want to tour with my colleges and just pass out. So what
Should
was
I
it?
reiterate the question?
Yeah, just because I was probably going to edit this. So let's start with the question, and then I'll just jump right in.
What was it
that's
like to be directed by me in a motion picture?
Use part of the question in your answer.
Yes, please.
You know, being directed by Kevin Polsnick was one like a really interesting time in my life because I was having such a great time personally, and then you pretty much work with a tyrant, you know, and you got to really pivot into be like, all right, I got to get this done, you know,
I got to get through this.
I got to get this guy screaming at me,
Right.
you know, he's screaming, he's hitting other cast members,
Yeah.
and he keeps on looking at me like, you're next. So let me
You'd
just-
experienced this before.
yeah,
Sure.
Oh, I knew that going in,
Right.
But it was strange. But in all seriousness, I really enjoyed it. I really did. No, you're really chill. You were just like, yeah, do whatever. Let's have fun. Let's do the line.
Well, that
part,
makes
and
me
then-
seem like I didn't know what I was doing.
No, not at all. You were like, okay, let's do this thing. We have an idea of what it is, but at the same time, allow everyone to play,
Right.
Relax. There's gonna be something in there that's gonna be interesting. If not, we're like, yeah, fuck it.
And you were with a group of men,
Maniacs.
3-on-3 basketball, 2 different scenes.
Yeah. 8 days.
8 days of work. I believe you were there the day we were shut down.
Yeah. I was there when just when the union came through and was like, no, cannot film here. I thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
I thought this was. I was like,
Like
this
me
isn't-
thinking about this podcast.
Yeah,
Like, okay.
It would have been hilarious as a joke.
Yeah, it would have been. 'Cause I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, this is great. This is like really thought out. They brought people in Cadillacs. This is cool.
Cadillacs.
And
Really?
What else would you like the union to show up in?
Did
Yeah.
they really?
A few of them.
Oh my god.
There were
crazy.
13 cars. They normally send about 2, I'm told.
Yeah, but
Sent
they
13.
Enemy of the state.
squatted out.
Yeah.
They came to show a force,
Right.
say what's up. And I didn't know this, but I guess the crew votes whether they want to be union or not.
Yes,
And
the union members showed up and they have a call for vote. They put a vote to, and there were, I think, 44, 42 members of the crew, and we lost by 4. And I'm told by others that normally if you lose a vote, you lose by a lot.
Yeah.
So it was what they called a very tight, very close race,
And this is what spun for Bulgaria, right?
which leads us
Yeah.
to our trip to Bulgaria. Yeah.
Which I wasn't invited to.
No.
I wasn't in the scenes, so
Nope.
I kind of understand that. But feeling is like I was
You
part
should have been
because the
there.
basketball scene. If
I
you
know.
watch
It should have been there.
Late Bloomer was it really
The Late Bloomer.
It was really like the instrumental focus, the emotional climax.
Well, it
of
was the core of the film for
It
sure.
really was.
So when you're interviewed
Yeah.
about the film, and they say, "What is
all
the
the
film
time.
about?"
It's about a couple guys playing
Basketball.
basketball and about one guy getting hit in the dick, and that
Well, you know that is true. It's the catalyst.
I'm not
it's
lying.
a very important scene.
I knew that when I read it.
and
I was
then
like,
when
they
they come
can't
back,
cut me out.
we see his transformation.
Exactly.
And he's gone too far.
Hello.
He's gone too far.
I think I'm wearing the same shirt.
I think
Oh, congrats.
there might be one correction I would make to that story.
Well, you don't have to make it.
Yeah, don't even.
I don't
Kevin,
know
don't
that,
do it,
that,
Jen.
that, that the effort of the ball hitting him in the dick was what changed things. I believe it was when the ball crashed into his testicles that it had created a
Right,
much
right,
bigger
right.
Oh my
That is-
God, oh
that's
my
a
God.
hit him in
good
the dick. I mean, I realize that's street slang.
like-
No, I think you're right,
hit him in
Kevin.
the dick.
Like,
Yeah.
But what did-
fine.
Did you understand that though in the script?
No.
That
First time I read it, didn't get it. Didn't understand it.
Yeah.
I thought, part of me thought it was a space movie.
Well, you sent it to me. I drew the pictures.
Very
That
confusing.
got us closer. Yeah. I'm not good at art, but
it's weird that he would send it to you though.
yeah, because I'm trying. I'm always
Right.
trying things.
National
he knew
Honor
I was,
Society,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. National Honor Society.
I'll
I'm
send it
getting
to-
all their mail.
Vanessa,
I think I can do a few doodles to explain
she
what's
really
going on.
means well,
Right.
when it comes to drawing.
I had a lot of ideas,
Yeah.
and those all the ideas get on the paper. But
I
it's
found
hard
it-
to extract them.
Basketball, just a basketball is not easy to draw.
No, because
No.
of the other lines.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can look.
It
this
has
is
its own
funny, but
line.
it can look like an orange without the peel on.
So many times I draw basketball,
Yeah.
it turns into a baseball.
So many times.
Yeah. Turns
Me
into
too.
a baseball. I can't help it.
I've also drawn one. It just turned into someone's head because then I put a nose and a face and a body underneath
Yeah.
that with a
That's
neck
not
between the two.
Helpful.
No, I know. But
What did you draw first? The circle as a head or?
well, the circle has the ball,
Oh, yeah.
She started with
Right.
Right, basketball was
and
a
then I
legitimate
got
attempt.
confused in the middle of it, and then I ended up with a beautiful portrait that I've called basketball, but it's a man's face with a woman's hair and goat ears.
goat ears.
Yeah.
Demonic.
But that's what it was like for me on set.
Sure.
Every day I was doing art, and I'd get a knock on the door. We need you. And I'd say, but the world needs this.
Yes.
And so
I imagine that's always a good feeling, though, when someone knocks on your door and
we
says,
need you.
"We need you."
Yeah,
I heard there's
great feeling.
a lot of drug use on set. That's what I
Yes.
heard. There was
Yeah.
people were just going nuts.
Well, more antihistamines.
Right.
oh yeah. I guess
we all
that's
had a bug.
So let's transition smoothly then to that moment when the Cadillacs
Oy.
drove away and the cast and everyone was sent home.
Yeah.
And then I, the director, got to make a series of phone calls to my 5 lead actors and actresses who I would then be asking, "Hey, would you mind if we pick..." Yeah, your voice goes way up on an ask like this. Yeah, I did my best impression of a squirrel, an animated character from a Disney movie,
just called Squirrel.
and asked,
Would you make it? I even wanted to go.
you were the most
I
enthusiastic.
was the only person that was like, oh,
Well,
that's fun and weird.
I will say the most intimidating of the 5 phone calls.
Oy.
Because the producers were like, well, you'll call them, right? Because I said, how are we going to get
Yeah.
everyone to go to Bulgaria? And the producer said, you'll call them. I didn't see that on the list of...
No, duties.
Yeah,
I feel like that's like a last ditch effort, right?
just
They
desperation.
were scared.
So
It was best that you did it,
I think so.
coming from you.
I mean, I think I did cast and asked everyone to sort of do me a favor by being in the film of the 5 people that I had to call. So Brittany Snow was the most intimidating simply because she had only shot one scene. And in that scene, she had no dialogue. And I threw her a line on the day and said, you should say something here. So say this. And we improvised a little bit. And she had a lot of fun with it. And I realized, well, that was fortuitous.
Yeah.
That I at least gave her a line to say. I was about to ask this actress to go to Bulgaria. And then I found out later that Kumail Nanjiani and Beck Bennett, who brilliantly play the best friends,
Oh,
and
they're
Kumail,
so
of course,
funny.
is your husband, Vanessa, in the film, they had just booked a huge opportunity gig for the MTV
Music
Video
Awards,
Awards
yeah,
or something
yeah.
with Miley Cyrus. They were going to be in this historic, now famous live dance number, or they were going to shoot a video to be shown.
I think they were in like a video short. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
For the VMA.
Yeah.
Oh my. And also everyone sort of took this job. One of the reasons was, oh, well, we get to sleep in our own beds.
Right.
It shoots in Los Angeles. So then to call people and say,
And then you have to tell them where Bulgaria is.
yeah. And everyone other than
That's
Vanessa.
not an easy discussion.
No.
How would you describe Bulgaria?
Everyone's first question, absolutely.
Yeah.
Not just the cast, but as I went on to tell many other people that I went to Bulgaria to shoot this, everyone's first question was, where's Bulgaria? So it's part of the Eastern European bloc. It, I'm going to guess borders Greece or Greece.
The Greek part of Greece, yeah.
And
Good guess.
I again graduated in 9 months, so it's going to show itself every now and then that the Greek.
It's endearing though. It's so cute.
really
It's so
adorable.
cute.
It's also really funny to everyone who doesn't like me. So I do it for them.
Yeah.
It got its freedom back from Russia
No, we don't care about this.
in 1989.
Oh, it's such a strange place.
And
1989.
1989.
Yeah.
So by 1993, capitalism had run its course, and everything broke down and stopped moving forward.
And everything looks like it's in 1993.
When you arrive, the
It is
point
the
being,
strangest-
it's 1993. And then there's a new mall in the middle of 1993.
Yeah.
Like modern? You mean like
Yeah.
just like all
Modern-ish, but certainly new.
yeah.
Right.
Best Buy,
Big movie theater. Belk.
Hot Topic.
Yeah. 3.
Oh shit.
There was a Starbucks. It was the first photo I took in Bulgaria was me in front of this Bulgarian
You gotta let people know.
Starbucks.
You gotta let people know.
with the
Yeah.
Bulgarian
We're
writing.
okay here. We're safe.
What language do you think they speak in Bulgaria?
Well, they're next to Greece.
Next to Greek.
Probably some kind of hybrid language. Maybe I don't know. I feel like maybe like like ancient Hispaniola. You know what I mean? Maybe some Dominican Haitian language, like Creole Spanish.
Incorrect.
Okay.
Taking
I'll try.
back the $20.
Whoa, what? No.
And the answer is their own.
Bulgarian.
Their own language.
It's akin to Russian. They use the.
Yes.
I never know
Cyrillic?
about. Yeah, I was gonna say Cyrillic. I always have a hard time.
No, you
No,
weren't.
I'm scared to say that word.
They took credit for
terrified of
the alphabet
Yes. Mm-hmm.
that Russia stole from them. Really, is there the way that they tell the story in Bulgaria?
I believe that, though.
What do
Yeah.
you think is the currency in Bulgaria?
Probably a Dutch coins, only Dutch coins. They use silver coins.
It's all
Again,
body
now
language.
you owe me $20.
God damn it.
It's body language.
It turns out,
Just like the way they move
Ursula,
their shoulders.
yeah.
like their language, it is their own currency. A currency that you cannot leave the country with because no
And you
one
can't get it
will take it.
until you're
no
in
one
the
will
country.
exchange it.
Yeah.
And you can't get it till you get there. So you don't do really well on the exchange
No.
when you're arriving or leaving.
The funny thing that I thought was like everyone was really, really proud in Bulgaria because they do shoot a bunch of films there. So
Yeah.
they're all excited about it's a kind of like untold how many big movies have shot there. And
All
also
the expendable movies.
Yeah.
Over,
No way.
over 100 films.
But they-
we shot at a studio.
all they want to do is talk about the Expendables or have you tried our tomatoes?
Yes.
Those are the two things that they're like, this is cool. We can talk about this with
What are the
anyone.
tomatoes?
I thought the tomato thing was a joke.
I
At
couldn't
first.
believe it. Every driver, every person was like, have you tried the
They
tomatoes?
didn't even bother asking, are you from California where a great deal of vegetation
Right.
has grown?
Breadbasket.
They just came out with,
We have the best tomatoes.
yes.
Were they good?
Yeah, they were. I mean, I feel like because we have
Great tomatoes.
good weather and crops, it's not a big surprise of the consistency and
God.
it is a healthy tomato.
That's so sad. Like the tomato, huh?
Maybe if you came from Albuquerque to
Yeah.
Bulgaria,
Yeah,
You'd
and
be
they-
shocked by the
and
tomatoes.
you'd say, well, I've seen some of these at the grocery store.
but nothing
Man, these are
quite
juicy.
like this or in that script.
I think they say like if you have if you share a tomato with a lover, you will get married. I think that's
You when you
something
say
I made
they,
up. I think
that's
something
good.
I
That's
just
another
made
one
up
from your
right now.
notebook. Yeah.
probably something you made up.
Something I think that's what's up. But
I still can't believe we're talking into microphones and Julia Rogers isn't here.
I know, right?
Can't get over it.
Where is she?
Again, your choices, Joey, Lorraine Newman,
Right.
Henry Winkler, Fred Willard, or Paul Scheer.
Can I phone a friend?
Yes.
Okay.
Call me. I
I'm
know.
gonna
Do that
call-
now.
I'm going to call Vanessa Ragland. I'm going to call her on her T-Mobile.
I don't have service here. I'm sorry, I don't have service here.
She's in London.
Hello, top of the morning to you.
Vanessa, I'm over here on Kevin Pollak's chat show. It's
Oh my
only
gosh,
audio.
I love these little red phone booths.
Hello, Vanessa.
And there's
Vanessa.
a man with fried food.
Vanessa, I have 20 seconds.
It's
I'm
like
Kevin
New
Pollak's
York.
chat show. There's no
like
video.
New
It's only
York,
audio.
But they talk different. And there's buses. There's
Vanessa.
people that, yeah.
Who do you think took their shirt off on
They won't smile.
Could I trouble you for a shilling?
Oh, sure. What is it?
Vanessa, I need to know who
I've
took
been
their shirt
trying to tickle this guy's face, and nothing's happening. I can't get a smile out of him.
Vanessa, please, I need to know
They're
who-
feeding pigeons, Joey. They're feeding pigeons.
It's in a park, Vanessa. I need to know who took their shirt off. I got Paul Scheer.
I've
got
gotta go.
Vanessa. She hung up. She hung up.
Yeah, she did. So
okay.
now, do you feel like you're closer to the answer? Lorraine Newman, Henry Winkler, Fred Willard, Paul Scheer.
Can you use any of them in a sentence?
Yes. Which one?
You can use them all in a sentence.
I can. The other night, I couldn't believe my luck, for at this party, there were
A duck.
a duck. The duck's name was Lorraine Newman. Next to the duck was a goose.
The goose's name was Henry Winkler.
Yeah. On top of the goose was a tiny frog, riding on its back.
The frog's name was Binky, but on top of the frog, there was a mosquito. 117, 117, 117.
Make a wish, make a wish, make a wish.
Close your eyes and make a wish, everybody.
I wish for the most potent year of my
Man, you're not
creativity.
supposed to say it out loud.
Don't
I
say it
don't
out loud. Most potent year? Most potent year. Oh my God, you drowned out our wishes. We have no more wishes now.
It's still 117.
For those of you listening and enjoying, we are recording on the first day of the month, the 17th, the first month of the year, the 17th day of the year.
Yes.
Greek. And the time is also 117. It is
It's
117,
a special,
117.
special moment.
It really, really is.
So let's try the wish again.
Okay. Don't, Jesus, guys, please keep your wishes to yourself because that's infusing my wish. I don't
Cody,
want to
did
wish
you
for your
make a
wish.
wish? I did, okay, good.
Was it for potency?
It
Yeah, it
What
was.
does that mean, potency?
Everyone is
Everyone
about
wants to
potency.
be
How do you not
potent.
know this?
What does that
Be
mean?
potent or go home.
Be potent or go home. What does that mean to be potent?
Fully potent.
There is a song that was a moment that came from the two of you that won't. I don't know if it'll ever be stopped in my home.
Oh, nice.
And you two were improvising a sketch where a overly enthusiastic father was visiting his daughter's bedroom. I think she was 13 or 14. And the way he gained entrance was by singing a little song. Do you remember the song?
I remember the moment. I don't remember the song.
I don't remember it at all.
Can I come in? Can I come in? Can I come into your bedroom? Can I come in? And it went on and on and on. I mean,
It's a war of attrition.
there seemed to be that the only way you got in was to break her spirit. Had to, by singing that song. So in our home at any given moment, someone will start
Can I
singing it,
come in?
and it has to go on for 11 minutes.
Can I come in?
I'll be honest.
Can I come into your bedroom?
Not even that much style. Nowhere
that's
near.
beautiful.
Can I come in?
I love singing. You know what? I was going to hold off this, but I'll do something. I'll do something. You guys,
good.
you guys are asking for it, so I'll do something. And inspired by my Cody, actually. So this is interesting.
By your Cody?
By my Cody, okay? Because when I leave here, he's in my heart forever, okay?
Okay.
And we all share Cody, okay?
Sure,
but
yeah.
I feel a personal attachment to him.
Right.
Sometimes I walk around the street and I'm lonely, and other times I'm sitting at home and I'm horny. But when I go to eat and
With
when I
my
go,
Cody.
what, Jesus,
Eating with my Cody tonight. And I'm eating with my Cody tonight. Yeah.
I feel like if you told me that I could get a Cody, that I could go to the store, get a Cody hot, I'd say, I'm getting it right now, and I'm getting it to go. Because I got to sleep and I got to eat. And
Yeah.
I'm not doing it without my Cody.
I gotta have my Cody.
I need my Cody.
Specifically a hot Cody.
Oh, you don't
It
want a
seemed
cold
like-
Cody?
No, you don't want a cold Cody.
No.
With hot Cody tonight.
Batteries not included.
Oh, I wanted my hot Cody.
Everyone wants a My Hot Cody.
At Christmas, what else would you ask for?
I want a My... Can I have a My Hot Cody?
And potency.
I really want a My Hot Cody.
And potency. Let's not forget that.
What the
No.
fuck is potency?
You're not
This
smart.
brings up my next question. Weirdly, the transition is perfect. Today's episode of Kevin Pollak's Chat Show brought to you by the fine folks at Blue Apron. We love Blue Apron. Why? Well, let me give you a couple of reasons. Their seafood is sourced sustainably under standards developed in partnership with the Monterey Bay Aquarium Seafood Watch. Not messing around. Their beef, you ask? All right, settle down. Well, it's raised humanely. Chickens are free range, and the pork is raised naturally. Regenerative farming practices are used for produce. Sorry, didn't mean to hit that so hard. Blue Apron can be delivered now to 99% of the continental United States because Blue Apron ships the exact amount of each ingredient required for a recipe. They are reducing food waste. That's right, they care. What about you? Cooking together builds strong family bonds. Did you know that? Well, research shows that Blue Apron families cook nearly 3 times more often. That's right. Hey, how about some meals available in the month of January? Listen carefully. Seared pork chops with farro and cranberry chutney. Spaghetti squash with marinara. And mushrooms and garlic knots. Yum. And spicy shrimp, along with Korean rice cakes and cabbage furikake. That can't be how you say it. It's just how it's spelled. Check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free with free shipping by going right now to blueapron.com/chat. You will love how good it feels, tastes to create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron. Please don't wait. Go directly to blueapron.com/chat, CHAT. Blue Apron, a better way to cook. When and how did you find out there might not be Santa Claus?
Oh, shit.
When and how? Vanessa, we're going to start with you.
Nice.
We don't admit it in my home.
Right. To
We
this day.
still don't.
Admit that there is or it is not?
We live.
It's yet to be
We live
proven.
in the reality that he comes
To be clear,
to give.
either side has yet to be scientifically proven.
That is
A lot of
absolutely
people
correct.
like to bring up the size of the fire
And the
chimney.
time and everything.
And how do you get-
logistics?
Yeah.
All that aside, I did start finding the presents he would end up giving us within my home
Mm-hmm.
at an age, but I knew that it was just logistics because it is hard
Mm-hmm.
to figure out how to do this. So you have to enlist the parents at some point.
Yeah,
You know-
there's an age where your brain can't wrap around the myth and the magic.
Right.
And it's a very difficult time.
It is. I remember all of my friends didn't believe, and I was like struggling to be the person that's like, listen, guys, I know this sounds crazy. I think it sounds crazy too, okay? But it's not crazy.
Right.
It's real.
And that was the age of...
Probably much too old, probably 12 or 13. I'm like, listen,
Funnier if it's
there's a
30.
real St. Nicholas, right? And this guy had
don't
a
know
passion
that.
for Christmas. No, it's true. And now, yeah, maybe some of our parents are in on it. And of course, mall Santas aren't the Santa. But there's something going on here. Something awesome.
Capitalism,
Yeah.
you know?
But Santa's a capitalist.
That's true.
No, he's not. He's a communist. Right?
He is a communist.
Yeah.
He does
Hardcore.
not get paid.
He wears
No.
red.
And he's got all his people,
And his
the Elvis.
Yep.
All working. You guys, I told you a little earlier that I've been dabbling in erotica, creating it. Can I tell you about one
Please.
that I'm working on mentally?
Very strange transition.
So
Not at all.
it's a holiday erotic piece. I tweeted about it over Christmas, which is when I got the idea.
Wait for it.
It's called Loving Mrs. Claus.
I'm in already.
And Mrs. Claus and her longtime assistant.
Can you speak
are
up?
in love. I can't because I'm in a romantic mood.
Okay, so
It's an honor
I'm
request.
breathy.
Okay.
They love
Mrs.
each other.
Claus has had a long-time assistant?
Yeah, she helps run things around the house. There's a lot going on.
She-
Yes.
The long-time assistant is a...
woman.
Female.
Not an elf, but she's sort of the headmistress of the elves.
And not terribly tall.
No. She's just average size on the short side. But around there, she's kind of tall.
Yep.
She's in the middle. They have this relationship, but the only night they can spend together is Christmas because Santa's gone.
Can you speak up?
So Christmas is Christmas for them too. You know, they look forward to it just as much as the kids do because it's the one night they can be together.
And by that you mean...
Sexual.
Sure.
Just exploring each other's bodies,
Mm-hmm.
seeing how the year has treated them physically. We age, we change, but that's beautiful too.
Also have had time to make things up about what might happen.
Oh, I mean, the
Mm-hmm.
tension. I feel like the first moment of the book, I was thinking about it in the shower.
It's going to be a book. So that was the part of the media you hadn't mentioned.
Oh, yes. It's written. They're not as long as a short story. They're called romps. Now,
Romps?
Yeah, this romp.
How long is a short story?
It has to be 52 pages.
Oh.
Yeah. That just came out this year. And so I can't go against that, but a romp isn't yet trademarked. Anyway, I think the book starts with, the romp starts with Yvonne, the assistant, looking in the mirror and sort of pinching at her cheeks and giving herself a moment of vanity she never sees. She pulls her hair, now graying at the roots, off the side of her neck and across one shoulder, and she starts to get flushed. And then, what are you doing?
Is
It's
that
the
a-
big day!
Who's that?
That's an elf that's
Oh.
mad that she hasn't come out yet.
A horse.
This is on
An elf
Christmas Eve
horseback.
morning.
Oh, okay.
She has a horse knocker.
Sure.
It's a small horse.
I got you.
And one of the elves made it for her.
Of course, naturally.
Anyway,
Tiny
it's
hands.
something exciting for everyone to think about. And if you want to,
Finish the story.
what do you mean? I can't.
What's the
I
name?
need a lot of time alone.
What's the name of the story?
It's called Loving Mrs. Claus.
Sure, of course. Of course. I like this a lot.
Thank you.
If there's ever a Kickstarter or some way
Yeah.
that I can contribute, please let me know.
Okay.
But again, 12 or 13 would be the answer to
When my fantasies turned from about Santa
I
to
need more information.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mr. Greer.
Doctor. I had the opportunity to go to Disney World when I was about 7 years old.
Awesome opportunity.
It was a great
I
opportunity.
hope you really
First
seized
time?
it.
A lot of networking.
Yeah.
Well, the time before that, I was a babe. Didn't remember. I was fucked up.
Was a babe.
was
Listen to
just-
this one.
I know. Look at him.
I had really smooth skin. People kept coming up, wanted to touch me, and we let it happen. It was just one of those times, just
Right.
naturally.
That's what happens.
You're in the moment.
Yep.
This is the first time
That was the first time when
you
Now
were a
you're
babe.
7.
I was a babe.
And by babe, in your mind, it's
Sex symbol. Hot.
okay, not
Cherubically.
2 years old or
Yeah.
younger.
Oh yeah, I was tiny.
Okay.
But Tiny's in.
Yeah.
Or Tiny wasn't at least when I was there. So at this point, I'm like 7 or 8, And I'm already, I got the itch of like, nothing's real. My parents might not be real. What is the world?
You started questioning your existence at 7 years old.
Everything,
Okay.
yeah. So I see, there was like a brunch thing where, if you've been to Disney World.
It's a character brunch.
Yeah, it's a character brunch. So you see Mickey Mouse, Goofy, Donald, Kurt
Winnie
Russell.
the Pooh.
Yeah,
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell as one of the things, like,
Right.
Chip.
And, Chip and Dip. You see all the famous
Chip and
Disney
Dip.
characters, Needle.
The Love Bug.
The Love Bug, Tony Hawk. Everyone from Taiwan, the country was there, and everyone just kicking it, having a great time. So I see Mickey, and he's in like some
Rourke?
kind of, I see Mickey Rourke, and he's in the back, and he's serving eggs, and he looks like he's in a dark
I
place.
can't believe I gotta make these fucking eggs.
I always asked him to move away. He kept cursing a lot, and there was actually some blood in the eggs.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything at the time because I just was.
Right, you're a kid.
I was a kid.
And it looks like ketchup.
How is there all these fucking kids wanting?
Again, this is 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Different Mickey Rourke.
Oh,
Totally
yeah.
different.
I mean, this guy was
Still broken.
Still broken. I mean, literally, you could
Yeah.
see his hands were bandages,
Oh,
his face
gosh.
were like bleeding, like it was terrible. You ever been driving on the 101? You see the old photos of him, like it was like him boxing.
Of course.
Yeah.
Never.
Just reminiscing. Anyway, so I see Mickey Rourke there, right, and he's in a butcher's outfit. A couple hours later, I see him, and he's passed out in the park. Right?
Inside of Disney World.
Instead of Disney World, right? And I was like, wait a second, how can he be two places at once?
Oh,
right.
yeah. That's the thing.
This is how can Mickey Rourke be bomb, right? So I see that, and I go to my mom. I'm like, Mom, that's not Mickey Rourke. She's like, yes, it is. That's Mickey Rourke. And I'm like, no, it's
He
not.
was over there.
He was over there, and because I went up to him and I started poking him, and he wasn't moving.
Right.
So I was like, that can't be the case because the
Right.
Mickey Rourke in there was making eggs and he was talking, and now this Mickey Rourke
Bleeding.
is bleeding, passed out. So how can this doesn't make any sense? How can Mickey Rourke be in two places?
Did your mother continue to lie to you at this point?
Oh, she's been lying to me since day one.
Right.
You know?
Sure.
You have to. as
She's a
parent.
mom.
Yep.
And
That's what they do.
that's what they do.
what you do.
That's what they do. So I in the back of my head, I knew something was up, but the people I trusted
Who you thought loved
Right.
you.
They're betraying
thought
you,
of me,
right?
were telling me that no, that's Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke is everywhere. Mickey Rourke comes to your home and brings you gifts. And
Was it in that moment that you realized Santa Claus was?
A Shamaclaus?
yeah, that's when I honestly I told myself no more. You don't believe in anything. You don't trust anybody. You're alone in this
But
world.
you're still a Catholic until college.
100%.
Okay.
Still am.
When did you find out, Kevin?
Similarly, maybe 5 years old. And
Young.
I started to sense something,
Tingles.
put it to my parents, and they said, first of all, we're Jewish. So you got to let this go.
You have enough to worry
Wow.
about. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've had enough pain.
Man,
yeah.
You'll have more pain.
That's how you
Let's-
guys survive. You're just like, hey, let's right now, let's
Yeah.
get this out of the way.
The
Doesn't
truth
exist.
is, we were Reform, what they call Reform Jews. We were so Reformed, what you call Catholic.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
And so my parents were so weak that they didn't want to explain to a 4 and 6 year old why all of our friends had Christmas trees and we didn't.
Right.
They couldn't even take a knee, set us down, and explain any of it. So they just got
'cause
a
that
tree
sucks.
and lit the candles on the menorah for Hanukkah. We did both.
You got a tree.
We did both. So this is how my dad was one of those fathers with the camera. And of course, this was during the 1930s. So there was like a row of lights above the camera, big unit. And so he would force my brother and I to stay in our rooms until he gave the action cue.
Oh, right.
He wouldn't say action, but that's how
Because you're a showbiz.
I
so,
was
yeah.
already in my mind
Right.
in movies. So we would open the door a little bit and say, no, stay in there. And then he would say, okay, and then we'd come running down the hall so that he would have that shot. And then us going bananas.
the shot.
We got
That's
the shot.
hilarious.
Yeah, we're losing the lights.
So that's just the evidence that it happened.
So yes. So what I'm 5. I have my curiosity. I hear sounds in the living room where the tree is.
Is this normal? Or
And I want to, these are Christmas sounds. These are, I can't make them out, but they're not normal. Yeah.
Help me, please, God.
Yeah, they're tiny voices.
Yep.
And I'm assuming tiny people. So I want to see what's going on. And I go out to the living room, and there I see Dad in his robe, slippers, a highball in one hand,
Oh, I love that.
and a wrench in the other as he struggles and is clearly losing to a tricycle. maybe bike at the age of 5. Maybe it was a bike, or maybe he was
Fine
taking
if it was a tricycle.
Probably a bike with like the
Be
wheels and the...
cautious.
It was a machine to go in motion, and a Greek one. And I said, "Where's Santa?" Just with the most innocent,
Jesus.
little 5-year-old on the planet. Where's Santa? Like, in my mind, is Dad filling in for Santa? Is he?
That's what I would have
part of
gone
the
to, and I
team?
wouldn't have asked questions.
So I just wanted to know, where's Santa? As in, is he on break?
Yeah.
Is he having a butt?
I'm about to cry.
Is he coming back? And
Yeah.
my dad turned around with the singularly most angry face I ever saw, and the highball still in one hand and the wrench in the other, and he turned around with a glare and said, "Get back to your room!" And I ran as if the house was on fire.
He was a pirate.
And I, in fact, had killed the Jews first. That's how suddenly nervous and guilty. It was
That
all
would
my
feel
fault.
horrible,
yeah.
It was all my fault.
Should have been in your room.
I should have been in my room.
Jesus.
You knew from then on?
Well, then I had questions, and the answers were Santa Claus brings gifts, and we get some too. Yeah, we fill it in.
But you knew.
We fill it in.
Man, the justifications kid make. You know?
So this is the thing. If like in Vanessa's home, I'm assuming to this day, there is nothing but belief, and as I suggested
Correct.
earlier, there's never been any scientific proof either.
If you are a defector, you do not get gifts from Santa. So why
That's
would you?
made clear.
Whoa.
That's made very clear.
That's a dictatorship.
I'm fine.
Well, the
I get
parents-
gifts once a year.
Right.
So why am I going to complain?
You can get gifts whenever. You can
And
just
to
make
your,
it whatever day.
Your young impressionable son, who is now
2.5.
nowhere near the point
No.
of questions.
But I already do feel absurd telling him.
What does that feel like?
Not good.
Looking into your child's eyes, and unlike every other moment of his life,
Yeah.
you purposely tell a story.
Well, and also it's a really hard to believe story. Like, I love the magic of Christmas and make believe and all that, so I thought I would love it. But this year, John and I kept looking at each other like, what are we doing? Like, Oliver would be like, down the chimney, he comes down. And it's like, the chimney's bricked up even. And we're like, yeah, what weird liars we are.
Yeah, it's
And what's going on? But
Why-
it's
why
a fun day. It's a fun day. So do what you got to do
Why do we lie to our kids? Like,
to protect them from the horrible, absurd reality of life.
But just being like, hey, look, we celebrate this festival thing and we get gifts.
Because
I buy
what
'em.
a gift to believe in magic. That is a gift.
But then you crush them on like nothing's real.
No, I never got crushed because I knew I wouldn't.
it
get
seems
presents.
like Joey, you're projecting a little.
Yeah.
From your
Maybe.
own experience.
Look,
Lorraine Newman,
right.
That's
right.
A,
Henry Winkler,
B,
Okay.
Fred Willard,
3.
Paul Scheer.
Okay.
correct.
Can I pick out a stranger and ask them?
Now, I should set the scene a little better while you're trying to figure this out.
Sorry.
As we were gearing up to go live, he had, when I say he, it could still be Lorraine.
Right.
Newman.
Right.
Yeah.
Fluidity.
They had their shirt on still as we were counting down to go live. And as I started the show, I was only on camera and I was doing the preamble
Of the Constitution?
of the Constitution of the United States.
Which I
of
love that you do that.
America.
Yeah,
I love
it's
that you
good.
do that.
You know, you're either a citizen or you're not.
Exactly.
Amen.
Yeah. People need to be educated.
Well, some don't.
Right.
So I started doing his introduction. As I was saying his introduction is when I realized, while still off camera, he had decided to disrobe.
Now, are you thinking he's putting another shirt on?
I thought,
What's happening with the shirt?
I thought he must, much like myself when I arrived here, he must not like something about what's going on with that shirt.
Yeah.
But isn't there he thought you were going to take your shirt off too, right?
No, he wanted me to.
I love that leap. No, we all talked about it. We all talked about it, taking our shirts off.
Yeah. No, he in fact, as
So it's a he. It's a
Because
he.
he knew he
It's a
was
he.
getting a shirt from you.
as
That's
only
what it was.
as only a Fred Willard can do, and again, it could be any of the four.
You're right.
As only a Fred Willard can do.
Probably Paul Scheer.
He fully committed to. What is something wrong? When I came to him and said, when he was finally on camera, shirtless, and in fact,
Finally.
the way that one sits at that table on the show, he could have been completely nude
Or she.
to the camera's eye.
But not to yours.
But to mine, I had seen him disrobe from the top up, down. And so he decided to begin the interview topless. And
Question,
sure.
which I have to research regardless. Nipple size. Intimidated, comforted, weirded out. What was going through?
Correct.
Appropriate.
Appropriate.
Yeah.
You always want a subtle nip.
You want the correct nip for the shape.
Exactly. That's all I'm asking for.
I don't know that subtle is always the answer, though.
No, I think subtle is bad. Subtle is frightening.
Okay, we're attacking me here.
Yep.
And I feel as though if
Bleached. How about bleached?
a bleach nip.
How do you feel about a bleached nip?
I need it completely whited out. White
well,
it
that's
out.
what I'm suggesting.
Yeah, I need it to be something
Free
like
of pigment.
glaring out. You know when you pick a scab
I do.
and you got that fresh skin right there?
Well, it's usually not so.
You've been waiting
You
the right
mean
amount
pink?
of time.
You mean?
I mean pink
Pinky
and I mean
pink?
white.
Oh, I see.
You know
So
what I'm
the
saying?
scab is ready to go.
Exactly.
I see.
I
Exactly.
could never wait so long.
No.
You gotta have patience.
I got to get that.
And that's
Oh, I'm going to have to get that. I'm going to make a meal out of that.
I'm just gonna rip my nipples off, wait till they heal just right. Oof.
Can I come in your bedroom?
Can I come in? Can I come in? Can I come into your bedroom?
Can I come in?
Did either of you see the premiere last night of The Young Pope?
No, but I've been seeing raving about it.
You've seen
On the social media, I've been seeing people I really love raving.
okay.
People getting paid to say that.
That was the assignment I wish I'd given you.
See the Young Pope?
I do look forward to talking about it
I can talk about it.
with people who've seen it.
Well, whatever.
Okay, because
He's a young
it
pope. I get
was purposely disturbing.
Did you not enjoy?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, what's another show that you've seen that we might have seen? Or film?
Another brand new show that I recommend. I'm not saying I recommend The Young Pope. I don't know yet.
Okay.
This show, starring the unfairly talented Tom Hardy.
Taboo?
Taboo.
I haven't seen anything of it. I want to see that.
I like his mouth.
I'm gonna put the mouth. I'm gonna put the mouth. It's pouty and
it's
full.
full.
It's pouty and full. I'm gonna put the mouth, the pouty and full mouth, and the talent and the show on a must list
Oh, really?
for all of our fans.
I haven't seen it, but let's talk
Mindy.
about it.
All right. It's a period piece. It
Yeah. Hell
yeah.
begins
It happens once a month. Everyone needs to get over it.
about 3 or 4 days,
It's not that big a deal.
sometimes more.
What's taboo about it? Can you give us that? Can you give us a little nug?
What's it about?
They play that game.
Oh, taboo.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's a moderator.
so he's-
It's gone pro. He's the buzzer holder.
That's fantastic. And there's like a cash prize of like 50 pence or whatever the hell it was.
20 pence?
I don't know, whatever the English eat.
So have you been to England?
Many
the
times.
UK?
Many,
So
many,
you remember
many
that pence is equal to our what monetary value in the United States?
Hug.
What are my options?
Say.
Hug.
Options.
Yeah.
Is a hug.
A dollar.
A dollar.
Okay.
A penny, a nickel, a quarter, a five.
A shrilling.
A $5.
Interesting. I'm gonna go with hug because it's the
Yeah.
most unusual one.
So 50 pence would be.
A hug.
oh,
For 50 beats.
50 pence.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's not an advanced culture. Okay, money's not something they do well.
Well, what it is an old culture.
Right.
And so this period piece, I believe, begins in the late 1800s. And it is a moment in time when it's a family drama, and we're getting to know the players basically.
Like Full House.
There's some politics involved. There's some coming to America involved.
Oh.
Eddie Murphy.
There's some Arsenio Hall.
Is it upstairs, downstairs-y?
It's not at all upstairs.
Are they upstairs-y?
downstairs.
Are they
Though I
Richies?
will say The Crown.
Oh yeah,
yes.
I've seen that.
Me
Should we
too.
talk about
Let's
that?
talk
about the Crown.
Oh, finally a show we've all seen.
I like the Crown.
Okay.
I really like the point where.
No spoilers, please.
Oh, shit.
Because it's very new.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm gonna spoil something. I can't help it because I don't know what's a spoiler or not.
Really?
Spoiler is something you
Well,
say.
Well, we know that she lives because she's still alive. So there's no like weird thing, any kind of like
Yes.
assassination thing that's might happen. It's like we know she makes it.
Yeah.
But
You can talk about any historical facts of the show.
okay.
But I would say that the show is so much more.
Who's the guy who plays Churchill? What's his name?
John Lithgow?
Lithgow.
Lithgow.
Or
Awesome.
Lithgow.
Oh, let go, Lithgow. You're hurting my arm.
John Lithgow.
He's great as Winston James Churchill.
He's unbeatable.
I don't know if that's his middle name.
Yeah. Vanessa, your review of The Crown.
It makes me want to talk like that. Mm-hmm. Thank you. So we do a lot of that in our house.
Do you?
We can do
Yes.
that now if you want.
Thank you. That's all it is. It's just very classy. It sounds humble, but you know it's not humble.
Oh yeah. There's so much gold.
Yeah, there's
around.
gold everywhere.
You do see greed.
You see
yeah.
greed.
But greed.
You see the weirdness of having a monarchy.
It's so strange.
It is one of those things that we kind of just know it's there, so we don't think about it. But it is an absurd situation.
We got one now.
Birthright and all this stuff is so weird.
What they teach the children of the monarchy as opposed to
Yes.
general education.
Yeah.
The queen, that's your family skill set. That's the family business.
Yeah.
When the old queen, the queen mother, she goes, you can't be opulent because we've seen our cousins in France and other places fall off.
Right.
I was like, they're just chill about their wealth.
When you say old queen, you mean Rip Taylor.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, I do. Just throwing streamers everywhere.
He makes a surprising cameo.
It's
in
seamless.
The Crown that I did not
Seamless.
see coming.
No. Have you guys seen
Seamless,
Confetti.
but yet rip.
There's
Did you guys see Nocturnal Animals?
no.
Yes.
I just watched it last night.
What is Nocturnal
I'm
Animals?
feeling very
You're
uncomfortable.
fresh.
Very fresh.
Give me. What
Ooh.
is this? What is this?
It is a motion picture
Based on a
written
book.
and directed by Tom Ford, the
Perfume guy?
brilliant. Well, he's got perfume, sure, but he's a clothing designer first
Yes.
and foremost. I
And
believe.
and also he's directed other films.
As it turns out, he's also directed.
I don't know.
Band of Brothers.
Nope.
The Crown?
Nope.
Oh,
He did the PBS.
wait. Do you just mean
This is
Nocturnal
the
Animals?
first I'm hearing that he directed other films.
Oh,
We have-
no, he did. He
we
did
have
that
this
beautiful.
information
It
on
was
our
She's
phone.
looking it up right now. You guys
It
can't see
was-
this. She's looking it up. She's looking
Well,
it up
if
right
I
now.
have to look it up,
She's
it was
looking
the
it up.
styly. It was another styly couple movie where
When
they're
you say
miserable.
styly,
I mean, like every shot's like, oh, Tom Ford did this. It looks like it's a little editorial. I'm looking it up.
stylistic is how I would review the film.
No, okay. Well,
Yeah,
yes.
I tell people a little heads up. It's very
Cody,
style.
do you know what movie it was?
But isn't-
Cody,
isn't-
my
no,
Cody,
What's
my
the,
hot
what's the
Cody.
guy's name who did Darjeeling?
A Single
Limited?
Man. A Single Man.
Oh,
Yeah. Styly,
I don't know that I saw
Press-
a single man. Who's
I
in a
haven't seen
single
that either.
man?
Colin. Which,
Firth,
Yeah, and beautiful,
Good guy.
beautiful.
Mind.
Julianne Moore. It's just like a portrait of
A single
depressing,
man? Oh,
rich people that are kind of succumbing to their own addictions and
wow.
darknesses.
Whoa.
But I felt like it made sense that he did both of them. They feel that very similar in like what he likes to look at. He likes to look at sad rich people a lot.
I will say, now that we're seeing Tom Ford on talk shows and a little in the public eye, he appears to me as a man who enjoys attention and being on camera and maybe almost his movement and characteristics. They are of a person on stage.
Oh.
Yeah, he's very.
I haven't watched an
theatrical
interview.
with it?
Well,
Controlled.
controlled yet slightly theatrical. Yeah, but in theatrical may be too strong or flamboyant of a word. It's more choreographed.
It might be theatrical. Let's not like completely throw it out. You know what I
Because
mean?
different things, theater does a lot of things.
Yes, it does.
I've seen 3 kinds of shows. There's
Yeah,
musicals.
it's more Eugene O'Neill.
Yeah.
So we're sticking with theatrical,
Than
right?
it is music
yeah.
man.
Yeah, it was an awesome word. You picked an awesome word.
Yeah,
Undeniably awesome. You got to see the movie, Joey.
Nah, I don't have to.
it's
got to.
disturbing.
No, I got
Big
what
time.
I got to see.
It's so hard to watch.
What we really need to see is the new Fast and Furious.
Well, we're going to see
And the
that.
new Triple X Return of Xander Cage. Can we talk about that for a minute? Huh?
No,
I don't know
Okay.
what any of that is.
You'd have to get back the $20 for sure. Yeah.
Look, dude.
Don't cuss on this.
Oh, sorry.
Now, as a way to get you out of here on time, because I know one
got things to do.
one of you, if not all of us, including Earwolf itself, needs to wrap up at 2:00,
Sure.
and we're just 15 minutes shy of
Oh,
that now.
gosh.
Yeah.
What an unlistenable thing we've done together.
Well, this is what's
We've
happening now,
tangented
I'm just holding
too
hands. I just
much.
want to connect I just want everyone to
I've
touch.
coughed on the sand. I don't want to
and
touch.
also I still smell a little bit
Yeah.
like where I just
really
came
do.
from. Yes. I wanted to circle back to what it was like to be directed by me in a motion picture.
Still?
Because I'm not sure Vanessa gave an answer.
Still, we got to talk about that. All right,
Did
fine.
Vanessa give an answer?
did not.
We've not even spoke of Vanessa's trip to Bulgaria.
No, not really. We know about the
I had
tomatoes.
a nice trip
What was it like hearing the phone call from me?
from you.
I know you said you didn't mind, but
I
when
was
the
at Jamie
words
Flam's house.
First came out of my.
I just was
into your ear?
I mean, I like adventures. I couldn't believe that it happened. I thought you were joking too because it was so absurd, and also that Bulgaria had to be a joke.
Given the reaction to the invite here today and that phone call, I'm starting to feel like everything I say to you feels like it might be either a joke
Right.
or misunderstood.
Or I'm unsafe. I'm unsafe in this situation. But I will go. I will go. See, I show up.
Oh, man.
I go. It was a great experience to be directed by you, though. Really. I was so impressed with you. I mean, we've known each other for a long time. But you're really confident. You made
Really? Because the first time,
Well, you couldn't tell, and you always knew what you wanted. You were smart about shot setup too, because we were working with strange locations in Bulgaria that mostly did not look American. I couldn't believe seeing the movie how it legitimately looked like, oh, this happened here.
the restaurant you can't get into when you and
Oh, my
Kumail break
gosh.
up the date.
Like it was so weird.
Yeah.
All these locations were so strange, and you did such a good job. We went in this one house we were supposed to film in, and you're like, we need to go in the garage because.
Well, you said there was
the
like all
garage-
American homes.
There
There's
is
like
a
block?
street where someone had a wet dream of building an
A
American.
Bulgarian pop star made his own subdivision in the style of America.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's got, if you took a checklist of like, what is this? It's got all the things and none of them are right. So it's like,
Right.
they have street lamps there.
right.
There's weird miniature street lamps in everyone's yard.
Yeah.
They have many rooms, but it's like Persian style.
And
I mean,
none of the rooms were large,
no,
really
it was
to live in.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I loved watching you work, and you let everybody do it the way it was on the page, and then you really gave freedom to play. But you were still fast.
I would let you guys go, as Joey mentioned, make it your own, do your thing, because I purposely hired people who enjoyed improvising, but also everyone stayed within the context, which is the only wish
Yeah.
that we don't go to. Like there's the bedside scene when Kumail and Beck come to the bedside of Johnny Simmons' character to discuss what he's gone through.
Yeah.
There was one take that lasted 17 minutes.
Whoa.
The scene's 90 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
And I just let them go because why not?
Yeah.
yeah. So my hope was by asking, and not just because everyone needs a pet and a hug, was to get better at it and hoping there would be some sort of, not critique, but I didn't understand this thing that you did. Was there any of that? How might I improve?
Oh, like about like what your
How might I improve as a director?
I mean, I don't have any of that for you because I think you had a lot of weird stuff going on, and you made everybody feel safe
Yeah.
in Bulgaria, and
Oh,
you kept
my.
it on schedule. So
It was
I don't
so-
know.
I was
how that
freaked
could've
out
been.
inside.
It didn't show.
more-
You were very
yeah,
confident.
More than I've been
Truly,
ever. In
I mean,
my life.
you could tell like there was like stressful moments.
Yeah.
Obviously, even just when the crew came over to be like, "Hey, we're not shooting here anymore," and you just told us the facts of what was going on. And
when the union shut us down, you mean?
yeah, right.
Do you ever freak out? Or are you pretty together as a person? I can't really imagine you freaking out. I can
Yeah.
imagine you getting kind of pissed off, but
My father's father came from Russia, escaped the Cossacks, turn of the last century. That grandfather of mine, who escaped as a young boy, passed on to my father a level of short fuse anger that my brother and I were sort of scared by, and we didn't talk about it much. But there was certainly a choice for me. Let's try not to do that.
yeah.
But every now and then, it's in my DNA, and it absolutely happens in my life.
Really?
Yeah, professionally, I'm able to keep it under control
Yeah.
for the most part. But yeah, sometimes at home, I will explode briefly and suddenly and immediately start apologizing.
Yeah, that's
Because I don't even know where it comes from. It's really a DNA impulse.
Yeah. That's why DNA matters, Joey.
Yeah, let's get back to
Swabber.
Joey's DNA impulse
Yeah.
that you wanted to talk about. You mentioned off air before we started.
Yeah.
You said you had a DNA impulse also
Yeah.
that you felt not necessarily proud of.
No, well, I didn't. There's an old tradition called bloodletting, where if you were sick or if you had any kind of ailment, they thought it was in your blood, and if you just kind of
Drained it out.
yeah, drained it out, then you'd be fine. Obviously, modern science will tell you that's not correct.
Not at all.
Yeah. Well, in modern science, would also tell you that there's like other things you can do. Obviously, it's not your blood that's the issue.
But modern science
Can be wrong.
Exactly.
Okay, because modern science also gave us Transformers.
Gave us Santa Claus.
They gave us Santa Claus. And those things, where are they now?
Yeah.
That's a question.
Outer space.
North Pole.
What is that about, right? We
Yeah.
can't prove any of that stuff. So what I do is I've been told not to do this by the courts.
Sure.
I would drop a little
Which
bit.
courts?
Los Angeles, Florida.
Basketball, tennis.
Any kind of concrete or clay.
Right.
And what I would do is I'd put a little bit of my blood, about 3 or 4 cups, in some milk, and I'd stir it up and I'd give it out to people. Anyone who's coming to my house,
Sure.
And,
What do you call it?
Well, I
Blood
call
milk. Oh, yeah.
I don't say milk.
No,
That's something else.
We understood.
Right?
Yeah.
And I hand it out to people, and they come in. It's more of like a handshake, pretty much.
A greeting.
Didn't realize though I was poisoning them.
Yeah.
Right? Because what I thought was, hey, let's connect. Like, let me get to know you.
I'm going to give you a little piece of me.
Exactly.
Maybe at some point you'll be comfortable enough to.
Totally. Right. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
And if I tell you, hey, I'm going to put a little bit of my blood in this milk, stir it around, give it to you,
That doesn't sound good.
you're not going to want it.
Did it ever cross your mind? Maybe milk itself wasn't the best
Yeah, medium to mix it in. That's what I was
gesture.
thinking.
Yeah.
To start.
Because a seltzer, a whiskey.
Seltzer are great.
Yeah.
Hindsight's 2020.
Yeah.
You know, if I had you guys in the room with me, maybe I would have come up with someone else, but all I had was milk.
Why do they say that? Because, like, what horse's butt has eyes on it? Mm-hmm. Like the hindsight.
Is that a saying? A sign?
It is. I
Sa-
don't,
sign?
I'm full of questions, looking
It's
for answers.
Certainly all Greek to me.
But that's pretty much my DNA experience.
I think
where
it's
I
all
was.
greased to you.
Do you hate the Greeks?
The tomatoes
I
are
don't,
bad.
I don't think there's any sort of animosity other than at one point destroying the world economy.
Right.
I felt that was a very bold
Right.
Yeah.
move.
Yeah, somebobody's got to try it.
But yes, I tipped my hat, which obviously I was wearing at the time,
Yeah.
to the effort. That finally someone had the balls to just step up and
Hell
go,
yeah.
we're going to go ahead and cash out.
I mean, they haven't been relevant since, I don't know.
Feta.
Yeah, exactly. And that was like 90,
Yeah.
93. Holy
Yeah.
shit, in Bulgaria. Holy shit.
What the hell happened there?
Oh my God.
Right.
That's a trip.
Very interesting stuff.
Okay, we closed the proceedings with 3 simple questions.
Okay.
I'm going to put the questions out.
All right.
I'm going to give you each 17 seconds to ponder
All 3 questions?
all 3 questions,
Okay.
and then you'll have to answer the first question at a time, the second question at a time, and then the third question.
In unison?
No, I'll go to
Okay.
each of you.
Okay.
All right. Ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you're not allowed to ask any questions. You
Okay.
just have to give an answer. Question number 1. Nickel or peanuts? Nickel or peanuts? The second question is
Do you know the question?
ready? Keith?
Keith? Keith? Is okay, wait.
I know the answer.
Is that the question?
And if you don't
Keith?
know the answer, you didn't
Wait.
do a good job in college.
Are you
don't
asking
think so.
about some guy named Keith? Are you looking for Keith?
No, you idiot. If you don't know the answer, you're
Wait.
Keith. He said Keith.
He said not to ask questions about the questions.
I don't have any questions because I know the answer.
I just was clarifying if it was just Keith. It's just Keith. Okay. Kieth.
That's the one.
All right.
Question number 3.
Somebody. All right. Jesus.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay. Cauliflower or China?
Jesus.
Okay. Now I'm going to start the clock. 17 seconds each.
I'm just so confused on what the rules are of this. I'm not
I
sure.
understand.
Is one answer going to be for all of them?
No, one answer each. Okay, since Joey clearly needs the most help, we'll go to Vanessa on the first question. Nickel or peanuts?
Peanuts, things you can feed a squirrel.
Joey.
I agree.
Wow. Okay, that's one for Vanessa.
And I agreed, so that should be one for me.
It's not really an answer. In fact, it's the opposite of an answer. Question number 2. We'll begin with Joey.
Okay.
Ooh.
Keith.
Where is he? Is he okay?
Is that your answer?
Keith.
It sounds like you're asking another question.
Okay, I guess Keith. Good guy. Good guy.
Twice?
Good guy.
Go through. Okay.
Friends with your cousin.
Friends with my cousin.
With your cousin.
Wow, Vanessa's crushing this.
Yeah.
Who is Keith?
That's another question. And lastly,
Question was Keith.
I just feel like there's something else to it. We just dropped.
you'll be able to ask questions afterwards. This last question is worth 5 points, so it's anyone's game.
Okay.
Still anyone's game.
Yeah.
We're going to start with Vanessa again. Cauliflower or China?
Incorrect.
Oh, I want so badly to respond. I won't. I don't want to influence Joey's reply.
Cauliflower.
So Vanessa's answer was was quote unquote incorrect. And question number 3 for Joey: cauliflower or China?
Things in bulk.
It's a sweep by Vanessa.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Extraordinary.
I'd been tipped off to some of the questions, so
Well,
great.
That's unimportant.
Great.
I poked around a little.
So again, to recap, Vanessa got all 3 correct.
Damn it.
Joey
I got one.
almost a surrender on the first one.
Yeah.
When he said, I agree.
But I agreed. I thought that was a good answer.
Clearly.
I did.
Clearly, that's what you thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it still do.
Yes.
It seems.
Of course.
Not an answer.
No.
Not a commitment. And that's that's what we were looking for.
You just want me to attack her.
No, I did not.
Not on audio.
Oh my.
On video.
Oh my.
You guys don't know the pressure here is unbelievable.
It
Well,
is.
I've been thrown through a gauntlet of questions. Been asked to get nude.
Keith.
I've been promised money. Keith?
Keith.
Do you know a Keith?
Again, these are questions which you
Right.
can now ask.
Right.
So what question, if you have any, about the first question, which was nickel or peanut?
Didn't care about that. I really cared about Keith. That's really what I want to
That's why
talk
you
about.
said I agree, because you didn't care about the question.
Wanted to get to Keith.
I see.
I'm worried.
And Vanessa, your feelings on nickel or peanuts?
Well, I knew it was peanuts things you can feed squirrels.
Right.
As soon as you said it.
Yeah, you
Can't
should
feed-
not feed squirrels a nickel.
Right.
Right.
No, it doesn't make sense.
That would hurt their tummies.
Keith?
Right.
Joey, your first feelings on question number 2?
Nervous. I thought this person was lost or hurt, that we needed help.
I was calling out to.
I thought
Yeah.
we were going at first before I understood the question and then I knew the answer. I thought it was going to be Keith Urban or Keith. I thought we were going to be a choice of Keiths.
Toby Keith?
I don't know.
Yeah, it was just Keith.
Yeah, but it was just Keith.
Yeah. I'm still very confused about what this game
Right.
is. What's the point of it?
Really?
Yeah.
That's still confusing to you.
Very much so.
Wow. That's weird, because I really thought you'd be coming back to the show.
Jeez.
And it's an unfortunate way to end things. To thank you both for being my guests today.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Joey Greer and
True
Vanessa
surprise.
Ragland.
Yeah.
And Vanessa, I'm glad you were surprised. I'm
love
glad you
surprise.
participated. I'm just going to say it better
Oh, thank
than my other guests.
We don't have to
And
say
you
anything,
are
but-
invited back.
Oh, thank you so
Yes.
much. I'd love to come
We
back.
look forward to having you back on the
Just
show,
to sit
Vanessa.
around on every episode.
And,
Happy
and
to be
Joey,
here.
we don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't. It would be best if
Go back to school.
you went back to school. Yes. Now sit there and comfortably while I wrap things up for the folks at home, won't you please? Today's show brought to you by Earwolf. That's right, earwolf.com, the fine folks that make comedy for your ears. The wolf part I just don't understand. And I don't think it's meant to be understood. Cody, everyone's favorite engineer, I can't thank you enough. He's never allowed to speak on microphone, although I've heard it a few times. They did not give him a microphone today. So I will simply say thank you. And Sam Levine and Jamie Foxx, you were both missed, as well as the rest of my normal crew. Corey Levin on post. I don't think it's going to happen either. But this has been...
He needs a break.
He does need a break. And we are out of time in 30 seconds, so I'll wrap things up in this new version of the show
Okay.
by saying, Keith?
Keith? Is he here?
We nailed it. What's happening?
I'm not sure.
I think the music's supposed to play.
Oh, well, that can happen in post.
Well, we can do the music right now.
Okay, ready? There it is.
We were pretty close.
Yeah, that was
So close.